Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News with some latest events in the province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Planning and Investment together with other ministry agency, sector and locality are building a draft national action plan on green growth for the 2021-2030 period with a vision to 2050.
The plan is designed to enable realization of the net zero emissions commitments made by the Prime Minister at the 26th session of the Conference of the Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change COP26. According to Ministry of Land and Investment, the National Action Plan is divided into 19 main groups of topics and focuses on two key aspects: amendments and supplements of the previous one and adjustment to updates according to COP26 results and Vietnam's new commitments. In order to move towards the net zero emission roadmap, a number of important targets will be emphasized and accelerated in the 2021 to 2030 action plan, including energy and industry, private construction, agroforestry, resource management, and environmental protection. Specifically, the Green Growth Strategy focuses on economical and efficient use of energy, increasing the ratio of renewable energy in the national energy system, building a development roadmap for emerging technologies, and perfecting the legal framework for the operation of the competitive electricity market. To ensure strong development of renewable energy for the electricity production, it will also deal with the development of eco-industrial parks and industrial clusters and sustainable craft villages, as well as strategies that utilize the waste resources. The National Strategy on Green Growth for the 2021 to 2030 period with a vision to 2050 was adopted by the Prime Minister in October of 2021 ahead of the COP26. It demonstrated Vietnam's determination to carry out the commitments on the greenhouse gas emission reduction and climate action by realizing the Green Growth targets.
The strategy for importing and exporting of goods to 2030, which has just been promulgated by the Prime Minister, has thoroughly rushed by the party's socio-economic development guidelines and guidelines in the new period, paying due attention to the raw quality and sustainability of export development.
Regarding the commodity import-export strategy for the period of 2011 to 2020, Vietnam's import and export activity have achieved impressive achievements, making important contributions to the renewable and economic development of the country. In terms of export scale, if in 2011, Vietnam was in 41st position, then by 2015 it has risen to 32nd position, and by 2020 it is 22nd. Regarding import scale in 2020, Vietnam has rose to the 19th position in the world compared to the 33rd position in 2011. The export items are increasingly diversified and abundant. The import-export strategy on the new period set a target for the period of 2021 to 2025 to increase the export by 8 to 9% per year on the average. The period of 2026 to 2030 average growth about 5 to 6% per year. The average growth rate of goods imports is about 5 to 6% per year in the period of 2021 to 2030, of which the period of 2021 to 2025, the average import growth rate is about 7 to 8% per year. The period of 2026 to 2030, average growth for about 4 to 5% per year. Balance the trade balance in the period of 2021 to 2025 towards maintaining a sustainable trade surplus in the period of 2026 to 2030 towards a healthy and reasonable trade balance with key trading partners. Increase the proportion of export processing and manufacturing industrial goods to 88% of the total export turnover by 2025 and 90% to 2030, in which the export proportion of the medium and high-tech goods will reach about 65% by 2025 and 70% by 2030. Based on the objectives, orientation, solutions, and groups of solutions of the strategy, the Prime Minister assigned the Ministry of Industry and Trade to coordinate with ministry and branches in formulating an action plan to implement the strategy, which identifies specifically the contents of tasks of ministry branches, agency completion time, and resources for implementation promulgated at the beginning of the third quarter of 2022. And ladies and gentlemen, in order to improve the position of Vietnamese goods in the market, the Association of High-Quality Vietnamese Goods Enterprises has been operating many trade promotion programs combined with supporting businesses to build a standard system of Vietnamese goods of high quality with integration standards in order to create conditions for Vietnamese enterprises to increase production capacity to improve the quality of goods, getting closer and closer in terms of quality compared to foreign products on the market. Besides, the connection of goods supply and demand has contributed to stabilizing the market, ensuring the social security, supporting the consumption of agricultural products and rural industrial goods, also establishing a supply chain of safe good products to serve the people, and for export also need to be focused on by enterprises. In particular, localities have implemented solutions to achieve the goal that of by 2025, 100% of provinces and centrally run cities will be able to organize support services by connect supply and demand for production objects, trading in Vietnamese goods. And the request of the Prime Minister on the projects on developing the domestic market in association with the campaign for a period of 2021 to 2025, the local Department of Industry and Trade, Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, the Department of Science and Technology, etc. of the locality need to promote the role of connection between the production enterprises and distribution enterprises, creating favorable conditions for the two sides to have many opportunities, cooperative association, bringing goods to the consumers.
Turn to other news. Along with the implementation of investment incentive policies in the field of high-tech agriculture, TayNinhTV has oriented to develop the livestock industry in the direction of biology with farm scale bringing practical benefit to farmers.
According to Mr. Nguyễn Xuân, Director of the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, the province focuses on developing key livestock species belonging to the local advantages. The Department of Agriculture and Rural Development has implemented provincial policies on livestock, support advice and appraisal for investors, organizations, individuals, and households that do not raise livestock in the areas are not allowed to raise animals, make a declaration of livestock production activities with the Provincial People Committee of the communes in order to receive the support policies when the epidemic breaking out. The Sub-Department of Animal Health and localities have propagated and mobilized the livestock breeders to implement biosecurity measures to prevent diseases. In 2021, the province has about 612 cattle farms with a total herd of more than 192,000 heads, 112 poultry farms with a total herd of about 5.7 million heads. And currently in the province, there are 22 chicken breeding establishments, 39 pig breeding establishments, and 1 cow breeding facility, which have been granted VITGAP certificates. Implementing decision number 1235 issued in 2018 at the Provincial People's Committee over the years, Trang Bang Town has supported nearly 800 million Vietnam dong for farmers to participate in the construction of large fields. The support to be used for the purchase of seedlings for production people. However, with a field scale of hundreds of hectares, the level of support to buy seedlings is not much compared to other costs, but this support also helps the people, especially the farmer, have more motivation to develop production in the last fields. The People's Committee of Trang Bang Town said that the implementation of the support for the construction of large fields also encounter many difficulties and problems. That is, the farmers must meet the conditions of a contract to supply and consume agricultural products and must ensure the minimum area size in the direction of concentrating production in one area. These conditions are not easily met. However, in addition to the support level for buying seedlings according to decision number 1235 of the Provincial People's Committee, the functional departments of Trang Bang Town has implemented many other support policies for the large field model. That is supporting the training, consulting, guiding the process for the farmers and for the farms to implement VITGAP standards, supporting production links, etc. And since 2016 until now, Trang Bang has converted from inefficient crops to effective crops to over 200 hectares, linking intensive rice cultivation according to VITGAP flavor and large fields of over 1,000 hectares.
Ladies and gentlemen, since 2018, a group of women processing and knitting imitation rattan products has been established in Thanh Lâm Hamlet, Thanh Lâm Commune, Châu Thành District. Up to now, many women have received vocational training and have additional income from the job.
One of those who started this work is Miss Lê Thị Kim Thúy, head of the Women Unions of Thanh Long Hamlet, Thanh Long Commune of Châu Thành District. She realized that in order to help the women to have more income and improve their lives, the job of knitting frozen rattan products from plastic fibers is suitable for all women and also men. After learning how to do it, Mr. Thuy received the goods and sold them to the sister in the branch to work together. And at first, the women members were not very excited about this job, but after more than 10 women accepted to work as products and had income, many women began to be excited to learn the trade. And up to now, more than 60 members in Hoa Hội, Hoa Thành, Ninh Điền, and Thanh Điền communes accepted to make those products at home. For the skill and skillful labor, they can make more products, and on the average, they can knit about 20 plastic baskets a day, with an income for about 6,000 for each. I've been studying here for 3 to 4 years now. I also know a lot of different products and also improve my skill later, make more and better products. I also have the opportunity to earn income for the family, and one day I can also earn about 1,000 per day. And with a lot of time, I can make about 120 to 130 products and receive about 5 to 600 pieces. To help increase more jobs for the rural workers, recently the women unions of Châu Thành District organized a vocational training class on knitting plastic rattan baskets for about 30 women members with difficult and disadvantaged circumstances, and thereby helping the women have more income to improve their family life somewhat. In particular, the men also attended for the class. Normally, I make something by aluminum and glass doors. In my free time and at night, I help my wife to do some handicrafts, and this job also stable. After finishing the training class, the people immediately return to work, and who don't know, continue to study, and their income is not abundant, but they are stable, and the women can have a day more than 1,000 per day. In addition to connecting and creating jobs for the women from 2017 until now, Thanh Long Women's Union has supported startup capital for about 22 cases with an amount of about 2 to 10 million Vietnam dong. Through occasional training activities, also help the women to well implement a project to support women in starting a business that the Women's Union is implementing in the district. Vocational training classes like this have also attracted many women to participate and helping them to have jobs and reduce leisure time. It can be seen that the model of knitting plastic frozen rattan basket of women in Thanh Long Hamlet, Thanh Long Commune in particular, and the women in Châu Thành District in general has shown the job demand for rural workers, especially the female workers, with an average income from 2 to 5 million Vietnam dong per person per month. Although the money not too high, it also helps the women stabilize their lives and step by step getting out of poverty and rise up incomes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.